Good morning, guys. My name is Michael. Um, right here, I have a Walkera Master CP. I bought this helicopter about 2.5, maybe 3 months ago now, and this is actually a well-built helicopter. Like I said, it's Walkera Master CP. Um, it it's a very stable helicopter. I'm still an intermediate flyer, and so have crashed this here ELO a few times. But most of the time when I've crashed it, it's usually the tailbone with the bent. At least I've crashed this about 5 times, counting the last time that I crashed it. As you can see, it sustained quite a few damages. This damage is so much extensive because it included the frame. As you can see here, the frame, the tailbone where it went inside the frame actually got tore up, and also the frame that holds the I don't know if you can see this, that holds the this is the 3-axis gyro system. So because it's fiberless, so that mount there got broken off. So the ELO slammed into the wall. I kind of lost my orientation. It was kind of getting dark, and I should have quit while I was ahead, but I didn't. I was having so much fun with the alley. And they sustained this so much damage that now I have to replace the frame. Fortunately, the parts for this ELO are not expensive. The most expensive parts on this that I've had to replace, and I recommend for anyone who wants to buy one of these Walkera Master CP, would be this servos, which the one that came with it were plastic gears. The first time I had a very slight minor crash. I mean, nothing else was damaged on the alley at that first crash. It was just a hard landing, and the servos, they stripped. So I replaced them with a metal gear servos, and since then, all the things that within the other 4 crashes that I've had to replace the servo arms. I've had to replace this blade holder, and I've replaced the tailbone, all within those 4 crashes. So like I said, this 5th crash, the ELO have to practically be rebuilt from scratch, and I thought it's a good opportunity to see if I can put these together, purchase another frame. As you see, the frame required that I basically have to take everything off this alley and put it on this new frame. So that means everything has to be dismantled. Again, pardon me, this is my first video, and also I'm an intermediate flyer, so I'm just trying to learn how to do this myself. And again, this is my first experience having to rebuild this Master CP. So here we go. So I took out the tailbone, which include this. This is the housing. What I love about this design that Walkera has is that they kind of use the module approach. In other words, the ELO were built into a modular form, so you can take out parts without having to dismantle the whole alley. Unless, like I said, if you do this kind of damage where you damage the frame itself, then you're going to have to take the whole alley apart. But this is the tail assembly. The motor is built in. It's a plug and play. Just plug in those wires. So that's I've had to replace that in during those 4 crashes. This piece here at least twice in those crashes. They're tough plastic, but I fly in my backyard and I have lots of trees, and it's just not very convenient most of the time for me to go to the field to fly. So I risk always crashing into those trees. So now I took apart the blade, the tail assembly. Looks like the metal rod is a little bent, not too bad, but I have another one. I probably will replace it. We'll see. Let me turn the light on, make it a little brighter here. So put this to the side. So let's take out this tail assembly. Let's sort of slide out. As that slides out, this is the stabilizer in the back. This is the part where the tail boom goes inside inside the frame. It has a screw that kind of secure the tail boom in there. So this is the tail boom. It looks like it's a little bent. See if I can kind of give it a little bit of straighten it out a bit. Maybe they're still reusable. If not, I have another spare piece. This thing can be, it's still a little wobble. I'm probably gonna end up replacing it. Well, let's get back to this guy. It's gonna take off the blades. It's better just take out this whole head assembly all at once, which requires that there is a screw right that holds this gear here. It's a screw right there. Maybe you have to loosen the shaft support here that kind of hold the shaft from going too much up and down movement. Loosen that shaft, and that allows you to push down this rotor. I mean this gear. Looks like a shaft collar here. And then you loosen that. So there's a little, I don't know if this is visible enough on the video or not. Yeah. There's a screw right under the frame, between the frame and the main gear wheel. Take out this screw. And then you kind of pull the main shaft. You pull that up, and I can only hope that this is not bent. But that's the main head assembly. And then we take out this so this is the main gear. What I'll do here is, so I don't lose this screw, is kind of slide that back in there, because I end up with so many of these screws all over the place. Sometimes I have trouble figuring out what screw goes to where. So that's out. I'm gonna remove each servo. The servo are mounted with actually it's a very clever mount here. They have this support here. The frame that I purchased came with another pair, came with a piece of the servo head. This light is too bright, I think. So anyway, that's that. So I'm gonna take out those two screws that support the two servos. To make this a little brighter. You know, this ELO, like I said, I can't say anything bad about this ELO. It's actually a very well built helicopter, but as an intermediate, I would even call myself a beginner. This comes off, and that's what support this servo. The servo has this wire tucked on behind it. As I was saying, so as a beginner slash intermediate, and I say intermediate just because I do fly 450 and I've been flying those for about a couple of years now, on and off. And you know, I purchased this Master CP because of the size of it. He allowed me to get train myself. I still get disoriented with when the helicopter is facing me sometimes, and this halo here is so stable that it allows me, it's more forgiving when I need to make turns without it just taking off too fast on me. So that's one of the reasons why the bigger helicopters they can be a little bit intimidating with the size and the sound. I find it kind of disturbing. So that's the support, the tail boom support. I took that off. This is the cable that goes to the tail rotor. It goes through inside this tube. So it's kind of tucked in through this frame, so I'm gonna kind of remove that. So I believe these two they do sell it separately. It's a couple of boxes. It's not that expensive. I said the parts that are expensive on these heli, they don't break. Beside the servos, most part that sustain damage frequently during crashes are usually the cheaper parts of it, sort of the tail boom, which is only like $4. You know, even the tail blade, couple of bucks. The servos, like I said, you want to replace that. It's worth the investment, or else you'll be going through replacing servos over and over again. After the first crash, and I've replaced these servos with the metal gear one, I have not have to replace these servos during any further crash that I had after that. So I'm have to be careful here because this servos plug-in, these are the